Skibbity. Hey everyone, what's going on? Joe and Mike from the road back here for our daily podcast, it would seem at this point. Discussing last night's NBA game, parenthesis S end parenthesis, but there is no S involved here. It was just the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. I think Mike does have some things he wants to add about the Celtics, as I predicted, as well as LeBron predicts everything yesterday. For the next time he would be on here. But yeah, let's start with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. I don't think this is going to take us very long. At least the game review won't. I have written down right here, Nuggets enjoyed the first 3:45 of this game. That is all. And the reason I say that is because that was just a spark for the 20-0 run for the Timberwolves. Also could be called a 27-2 run for the Timberwolves. This is just textbook basketball from Minnesota. They're scoring on every drive. They're not scoring every shot, but the shots that they miss, they're getting offensive rebounds. It's just like they had a bunch of test dummies out there. They had the Nuggets on rookie mode. It was kind of unbelievable how easy they made this look. Like, even if there was like a high contest for it, you would see like Towns swatted out in the exact correct direction, right to like McDaniels, who goes in for a three. A lot of this was Anthony Edwards, who had 14 in the first. I would give my silver and bronze to Towns and whoever the hell I just mentioned. McDaniels, I would say, got the silver, and I would give Towns the bronze for this run. Um, Nuggets had a mini run of 3-point plays, whether it be a 3-point shot or a tour and then one, to cut the lead down to 11, which is very, very easy to forget. So credit for the Nuggets for trying to come back, but then the Timberwolves extend their lead past 20. Jamal Murray is 1 for 10 from the field at this point. I'm not sure how much better it gets. It probably doesn't get too much better. At the end of the half, Reed misses a buzzer beater, but McDaniels jumps and pads it right in right before the buzzer goes off. 19-point lead for them. McDaniels ends the half with 13, and he comes out immediately in the third with a dunk that says, "Hey, we aren't going anywhere." I don't need to say much about the second half, other than the fact that the Nuggets got 9 total points in the fourth quarter, which is just a bit. Somehow, the second half for the Nuggets was worse than the first half, and I think that was just kind of unbelievable. So I'm just gonna stat you up real quick because I don't want to scare anything you want to say. Jokic 22, Gordon 12, Murray 10. Top three scorers just aren't gonna get it done. Especially Murray with 10. Edwards 27, McDaniels 21, Towns 13 and 10, Reed 11 and 10. So obviously a lot more depth scoring there for the Timberwolves. McDaniels 21 was huge. Obviously Edwards 62 to 43 rebounds. Now, before we jump on that and say, oh, the Nuggets weren't rebounding well, my initial thought, because it was mostly the defensive rebounds where the Timberwolves had a lot more, is I just think that the Nuggets provided them with a lot more rebound opportunities because they weren't making shots. So I think that stat might be a little bit skewed because the Timberwolves didn't have nearly as many rebounds off of their shots as the Nuggets did. 9-2 on steals, 12-6 on turnovers. So the Nuggets turnovers F them again, but this time their scoring also Fs them, resulting in an end score of 115 to 70. Let's take it from there, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't really know what else there is to add. I think that only thing I'll open the floor up here and I'll ask this is where the hell was this Timberwolves team the last 3 games? It was almost like they literally picked up where they left off from game two. Like this is how
Yeah.
they play. This is why a lot of people seriously thought that there was a possibility that they were going to sweep Denver because if they played like this every game, but I think this is the real key of it, right? And this has been the real key since Jokic became Jokic is as great as Jokic is for the Nuggets to make for the Nuggets to make an actual case at winning a championship, Jamal Murray needs to be Jamal Murray. And you can see when he's not Jamal Murray, they can't win. When he is Jamal Murray, they win. So I think that that's a big part of it. I think it's the unfortunate part, I think, for NBA fans is I think this game was a blowout, and unfortunately, I think Game 7 is going to be a blowout, but I think it's going to be the opposite way. Um, so I hope I'm wrong because it's Game 7. I want to see a good game, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, Anthony Edwards, man, is just, I mean, this ain't a fluke. This ain't just some little run. Like you could tell, this is the beginning of like a absolute legend being born. You know, like you really, and it's just that's the part that's really cool to watch. Um, you saw how good their defense is. Like man, like uh, their defense is honestly easily the best. They easily have the best defense I've watched in the last since I've started watching basketball in 2007, 8. I guess the '08 Celtics were probably a better defensive team, but they're easily the best defensive team since then, for sure. Like, not even a debate. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just excited to see what happens Game 7. Um, there's been a lot of highs and lows in this series. I mean, I think you were too, but I know for me speaking, I was genuinely shocked that, I mean, forget them blowing them out. I was shocked that the Timberwolves came in and won tonight and showed some fight, man. Like I really thought they were just gonna lay down and just be like, you know what, it's over. We're gonna lose 4 times in a row to this team, but they didn't. So I think regardless, like even because now it's like if they would have lost 4 straight, I would have been like, damn, that's a little disappointing from the Timberwolves. But even if they lose Game 7, like they have nothing to like hang their head on. Like I really think that like that kind of this game saved them from like whatever the outcome is of Game 7. It was a very very successful season for them.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I mean, unless you got any other questions, that's what I got right now from that.
I was gonna add in there the Edwards, that moment where Edwards went down. Were you watching that?
Yeah, that's why I emphasized the message. Yeah, I was watching.
Dude, it looked bad. Like obviously, I don't think there was a moment I thought he might have broken anything other than maybe his ass, because obviously he just landed really hard onto his back. But like
Oh, like his
that
tailbone
had
or
to be a
something.
that had to be a stinger. I think it'll be like sore in the morning kind of shit, but like he'll be fine.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? What was I gonna say? The announcer said something so smart. He was like, "If there's ever a time to fall like that, it's when you're 22." I'm
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah,
that's a good point. I'm 23. I fall like that. I break my back. No, I'm just I'm just kidding.
yeah,
But yeah, I think this is gonna go into the books as like, like when people look back like 10 years from now, they'll be like, damn, we really had Jokic and Edwards going into round two, and we had no idea what this would be like today. Like that would be like kind of a Steph LeBron matchup, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
But
That's like
what was I gonna
that's like when I look back now at the bubble, the Western Conference Finals. It was Jokic versus LeBron, and like like Jokic was a really good player at that time already, but like he hadn't reached like legend status. So like it's kind of crazy
right,
to look back on that now and be like, oh, like because that was a good series. I mean, I know they played last year in the Western Conference Finals. That wasn't a great series,
right.
but yeah,
He has owned him since then. But I was gonna add one. I think a lot of it was not only the Timberwolves playing well, but it was just the Nuggets just not making anything. Like I know like it was a lot of the Timberwolves defense and obviously like just blowing the winds out of the Nuggets. But I mean like shit, they didn't even score 80. They didn't even score 71. We seen a few teams this year score more than that in the first half. So a lot of the credit can be bestowed upon the Timberwolves defense, but a lot of this has to go against the Nuggets and just how poorly they came out. And but that'll tell you how good of a
well,
team they
well,
are. Because
but
again, I was just gonna say I think this is bad for the Timberwolves because if they lost this game in a close one, I think it would have been better for the Timberwolves because the Nuggets are gonna look at the score and be like, not again, and come out swinging Game 7. So I think it's gonna be crazy high scoring for the Nuggets Game 7.
oh yeah, I mean the way Jokic looked after the game, like you could tell he was like they're gonna be fucking ready to fucking play. Like they're gonna be ready to fucking go. But I just wanted to add into like them, even the Nuggets missing shots and stuff like that's still a testament to the Timberwolves defense. Like the intimidation factor, the tiring them out, like you could just see like they were just worn down from that man. So, but yeah, I agree, man. I do agree that if it was a closer game, like it would have actually kind of helped the Timberwolves for next game. Like, because I think the Nuggets are sitting back like we just got embarrassed. Like so now we are gonna try to fucking embarrass you. You know what I mean? That's why I think like it really has a potential to be another blowout. Game 7. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really do think that there is that potential for the Nuggets to just absolutely step on their throats right away and not look back.
Right. But yeah, I see that kind of happening, but I hope I'm wrong, one of those.
Exactly. Same. I pray I'm wrong.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see the Timbies advance. Either way, I think whatever team
Oh,
advances
oh, well,
going to
I
finals.
don't even mean, I don't, I was going to say, I don't even mean like advance. I just hope it's a good game. I don't care who wins. I just hope it's a
Oh
good
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I got something to say about the Celtics.
Well, I was curious to hear your thoughts a little bit. I mean, you don't got to give me the whole spiel, but just like your overall view of like what you feel good about, maybe what you don't feel good about, um, going
I
into the
think
Eastern Conference Finals. Not not excited at all because I'm just like this was almost like that's the curse of being such like a good team is like you're kind of expected at this point. So it's kind of I don't know. There's not much of an excitement factor yet, but I do think it is starting to get there. But yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
oh my God. That doesn't sound like the faults of having a good team. It sounds like the faults of being spoiled the fuck out of by your good team. Not even excited. I'm excited for the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't care who we face. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous if the Knicks make it, but
Whoa,
obviously
time out, time out. You didn't listen. You didn't listen. You didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to
because
me.
you were
I'm
lagging out half
excited
the
for the Eastern
time.
Conference Finals, but I'm excited for the Eastern Conference Finals. I am, but us getting to it was not like I wasn't like
Okay.
throwing a parade like I did maybe 2 years ago. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm
You
very
were
excited.
lagging out a bit. I thought I made out what you said and I could salvage it. What was I gonna say? No, I think my biggest takeaway from this game, honestly, and I'm curious if you agree, is if Porzingis needs a little more time, he can get that more time. Like if they're like, hey, Zingas, you're healthy enough to play game 1, but I'm still a little nervous about it. He's not going to feel the need to come in and play game 1. You said that Drew Holiday was filling in for a lot of what Porzingis does the last few games. That was very, very true. But whenever the hell the game was 2 nights ago, Al Horford stepped up big. I think this is the most obvious take ever. But I mean, just the hype from Al Horford, how excited he gets, it's like, how can you fucking hate the guy? He's an excellent player. He's an excellent locker room presence, and I thought before tonight or before that night, like he didn't do anything bad, but he didn't do anything like exceptionally well to replace Porzingis. But it game 5 showed us Al can still do that when he wants to, when he needs to. And with Jaylen Brown kind of having a slow night, Al was the one that stepped up. And it just goes back to what you said before and what we've discussed is like someone on this team always manages to step up, whether it be Drew, whether it be White, whether it be Brown. The other night it was Horford. We know that Horford can step up now. That's just a new man on our platter that we can see. All right, they can have a great game. So, I do think a lot of it was easier for guys like Al, especially with Jarrett Allen being out the whole series. Obviously, they were missing Donnie. We're going to have our hands full with Hartenstein in the paint if the Knicks do advance. But and obviously Brunson, and we did beat 2 injured teams. Obviously, we beat them twice with Mitchell, so I'm not downplaying that. But we haven't had a real contest in the last 2 games because we've been playing an injured ass team. So whoever wins this Knicks Pacers series, as long as no one else gets friggin' banged up like Brunson or DiVincenzo or whatever, I think it's gonna be a real wake up call for the Celtics, and hopefully they answer that wake up call well. All you.
I take no pride in saying this, but I completely disagree with you about Al Horford, unfortunately.
Wow.
Um, Al Horford is old, so he can't do that when he wants. He can't the way he was able to play in the playoffs in 2022, he can't consistently do that anymore. He still shows spurts when he can, but and that's okay. I mean, that's fine. But we need the truth of the matter is, if Porzingis is ready to go, we need him playing, and it's not the time for. We don't want to risk anything because it's like, okay, well, what are you waiting for? We're here now. You know what I mean? Like we're at the conference finals. Like we need. Are you ready to go? Okay, let's go. Because Al, we can't. I mean, Al's not going to be able to. Like I said, Al's not going to be able to do what he did consistently. So what is this guy doing? You don't have a stop sign. Okay. All right, whatever. But yeah, so on that front, like I get what you're saying, but like if this was Al from 5 years ago, I would say yeah, like like we're fine, and I want to see Al like keep playing a big role, but I just don't think he's gonna be able to. Um, so I
Can
think
I
we need
jump
Porzingis.
in? I have a comment to that before you finish. Before you move on to your next thoughts, let me answer real quick. But don't continue.
I'll continue. There you go.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh, a lot of the reason I say that is just because of who I expect our opponent to be in the finals, either the Nuggets or the Timberwolves, and I think that a lot of what we need to beat them is size, and that's why I think not save Porzingis for the finals, but if there's an inkling that he might be more susceptible than usual to get re-injured, which obviously is, he's always susceptible, but I say hold off just a bit, just because if there's one player we need to be exceptional in the finals other than Tatum, it's Porzingis. But continue. I'm sorry. I know I interrupt a lot.
No, I just very very harshly disagree with all of what you said, but I mean that's okay. I mean, but I just completely like I think if we don't if we have to start this series off strong. And the reason I say that is because we are very much at risk of losing in games 3 and 4 at the Garden. We just are. Like, so if we're like trying to be extra cautious and we're not going to play Porzingis, we need to, um, we really need to play. He needs to play. Is basically what I'm saying. Because if he doesn't play, we're at risk to lose. And if we lose a game at TD Garden, um, why is this girl looking at me? Like, anyways, it was really annoying. But
Wondering who
she's
you're
like she's
talking to.
she's like that one. She's like she thinks she like runs the apartment. She's like the neighborhood watch for like the apartments, and she's like always like looking, seeing like but anyway, sorry, I'm on a tangent. But yeah, I really do believe that we need Porzingis, and like I get what you're saying, but also you look at it like this, right? We don't. What if we don't play Porzingis, and we then in return have to play Al more minutes, and Al's fucking beat up by the time the finals begin because we're gonna need to throw Al in there a lot because Porzingis ain't gonna be able to fucking bang with Jokic like that. Like so, I actually really think that Al is going to be very very beneficial and useful for us if we get to the finals and play against like a Nuggets or a Timberwolves. I mean it all depends on matchups, but I mean I get what you're saying. If there is like a risk for injury threat, but I just feel like at this point it's like enough of that, man. You know what I mean? Like we're in the conference finals now. Also, too, like just for the storyline, man. Porzingis playing in the Garden
I
against the
didn't even
Knicks
think
in
of
the
that.
Eastern
Yeah.
Conference Finals, like that shit is gonna be insane. Like if you would have told somebody 10 years ago, like Porzingis is gonna be on the Celtics and the Knicks will be in the Eastern Conference Finals playing them, you'd be like, what? Like it's not gonna happen. But yeah, I'm probably getting a little bit on a tangent here,
The,
but
the,
I don't
the,
know, man.
the, the who the fuck is Tingus Pingus memes are gonna go wild if like we start beating them
Oh yeah,
and Tingus is doing shit.
yeah, no, exactly, man. So it's like
Who the
I
fuck
don't
is
know.
Tingus
I don't know.
Pingus?
I just
Um,
I'm really worried. I'm not worried, but I'm really curious more so to see how we come out game 1 and game 2 versus either the Pacers or the Knicks. I'm very very curious to see that.
Mhm.
And yeah, let's hope the series goes to 7. So
Yeah. I think that's all we have, right? Unless you wanted to talk. Who got eliminated? Oh, the Cavs.
the
Did you want to talk
Cavs.
about? Did you want to talk about the Don? I'm an ass, I know. Did you want to talk about Donovan Mitchell and all the rumors that are surfacing there?
No, I mean they've been around. I mean, if you want, we can. But I mean, I think everyone kind of knew this was gonna happen. Um,
So you think he's
I,
out of there?
I think I do think he's out of there. Um, I could see a world where he stays though, but I don't know. I mean, there's also this weird
Hey,
LeBron
Mike,
factor
Mike.
now too. That yeah.
I just got a notification. It said that my speaker isn't working properly and your voice is not being recorded.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we just might want to call it. I'm not sure what's going on. I hope it wasn't going on for the whole thing, but just in case, I can still hear you, but I'm not
Okay,
sure
okay.
what's going on there. But yeah, I guess that's where we're gonna have to call it. We were probably pretty close anyways, so no harm, no foul. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow for tomorrow's games. Thanks for watching.